one of my seminary classes, they were talking about the controversial Mormon doctrine that people can become like gods, which is basically to say the reason why people are born is because they have a purpose, and that purpose is to progress over time after you're dead. So eventually it's natural to postulate that if you're the right kind of person to make the right kind of choices, you can become like God someday. And so I thought about it for a minute, and I asked the teacher, I was like, okay, so do you believe that God is like the master of time, that God can go to any time that he wants and any place? And he's like, yeah, God can do anything. I'm like, okay, and do you believe that, so anytime, any place, do you think that if God wanted to be somewhere but didn't want people to see that he was there, would he do it? He's like, oh yeah. If God wanted to behold something or see something or be somewhere and wanted to, not be visible, yeah, sure. And so I'm like, okay, so you're saying that in some weird warped version of reality, somehow I make the right decisions throughout eternity, and I eventually become a god, decide to travel back through time, make myself invisible, and I'm sitting on that chair over there right now laughing at myself. And the entire class was like, what? And I had to repeat myself, because they weren't used to thinking, they weren't used to testing the boundaries of their own theology. Anyway, I think it's funny, and that's the kind of crap I pull all the time, like the doctrine of being fat. I need to shut up. I'm getting too deep into this. So, let me just wrap this up. I no longer consider myself Mormon, and it's very interesting among the online communities of people who used to be Mormon, like ex-Mormon or ex-Mormon, post-Mormon. It's actually referred to as coming out to your family. So it's like I've had to come out again. I've come out as non-religious, and it's really dramatic. Anything that's like spirituality for me has been like one of the most private topics that you could ever bring up around me. I'll talk theology with you all day long, but when it comes to my own personal beliefs, that's privileged information. And so the fact that I told my family this was a great degree of trust, especially in Utah, where if you say you don't believe in the Mormon Church, it is social suicide. This is the culture here. You're assumed Mormon until proven otherwise. So, yeah, despite my assumption that they would treat it as privileged information, it has spread like wildfire. And not only that, but my orientation has been discussed behind my back. I will never have the opportunity to come out to the people that I've been outed to. I'll never be able to. I feel so mad about it, but I'll never be able to come out to them in a way that is favorable, because I know the people who spread this stuff are not approving. Anyway, it's kind of like this. I didn't think I could trust my family enough, but yeah, I can't trust them. So, also, I've been going home less and less because my mom always ends up sitting me down and we talk about, like, how I'm going to hell. She tells me, this is getting depressing. I don't want to spread my depressingness to you. I want to be all happy. It's Forever Alone Friday, whatever. But, yeah, like, she's mourning my death. It's like I'm dead. And she said that. It's like I'm dead to her. I'm like, Mom, I'm right here. I'm right here. And she's like, no, but you won't be with us when we're dead. You won't go to heaven with us. And I'm just like, well, what's more important to you? Some doctrine, something that someone said, or even a ritual, because for Mormons, the whole going to heaven forever as a family unit is actually quantified in a ritual. Are you going to choose a ritual over your own daughter? Is this where you stand? Every time I go home, there's fights about it, and it's like I have to repeat myself over and over and over again. I have to come out to her as an asexual. I come out to her again as a non-religious person anymore. And it's just frustrating. And around the time that I posted the video, that last video, I came to the realization, I am ready to move on. I am tired. I'm just tired. And so, like I said, that's one reason why I stopped the videos at that point, is I couldn't wrap myself up in this anymore. I needed to back off of everything. I stopped going home. I didn't even mean to. It wasn't a conscious decision. But lo and behold, I didn't go home for like 4 or 5 months. And my parents started to notice. And so the arguing started happening less, because I think they figured that I was distancing myself from them. which kind of got their attention. Still, arguments have happened, but I'm happy to. There is happiness a little bit ahead. I just got back from Christmas break, and there was only one discussion. And I think it was more along the lines of inquiry and not along the lines of accusation, which is a big step. So, yeah, they still disapprove, and it's more like grumbling under the surface. But I'll take grumbling under the surface any day rather than open conflict. I hate conflict. I really do. I blow conflict off with humor. In fact, I blow all sorts of things off with humor. Yeah. So, what form will this blog take on now? I'm not sure. There are all sorts of Mormon-y topics I could talk about involving like feminism and gay stuff, but honestly, I am still at the point where I'm tired of it, and I'm ready to move on from claiming the Mormon identity. So whatever videos I make in the future, I am going to at least attempt to kind of take it in a new direction. But if people want to know more about Mormon issues, the best place you can go to is mormonstories.org. It is a podcast where they interview all sorts of people, ex-Mormons, so like excommunicated people, and totally faithful Mormons, and they interview everyone. They don't have a bias as to who they talk to, but they talk about controversial topics, like those questions that I said earlier are sort of not allowed to ask, that make people uncomfortable. They're willing to talk about them. I started a meetup group in real life, so that's going well. There are like new people. There are new people every week, or not every. Well, every time we meet up, there seems to be a new person, which is really, really, really cool. And I talk a lot in Tiny Chat, so making friends, being cool, and I got these Ace gloves for Christmas, and I'm really happy. So life is good.